in continuation, we have here another example for design requirements of highway. There are two-lane, two-way highway at present. Okay, at present, we have two-lane, two-way highway. The volume capacity ratio is identified at 0.75. Currently, during the peak hours, the current average annual daily traffic is expected to increase at a growth rate. Growth rate. So, meron tayong interest. Pinag-uusapan natin yung future result, present, and future. So, meron tayong growth rate of 1% per year. When should we then construct a 4-lane two-way, 6-lane two-way with a peak hour factor of K 10% and a directional distribution factor of 65%? As per investigation, ito yung ating data. Laging, ang counting natin is within 15 minutes. So, sa kalsada na to, which is 2-lane and 2-way, ito yung nabilang nating sasakyan. Nasa sa inyo na kung taxi, private owner, vans, and so forth and so on. Kung lahat, yan na yun. So, starting 6 a.m. to 6:15, nakikita nyo sa sa Baguio, sa may overpass, may tao dun sa taas nagbibilang. Yan yun, ng maaga. So, at 6 to 6:15, meron siyang nabilang na 500 vehicles. 6:15 to 6:30, we have 545. 6:30 to 6:45, we have 6:15. 6:45 to 7 p.m., we have 7 a.m., we have 700 vehicles, no? Ngayon, kukunin natin yung flow rate, which is the peak hour. Ano ngayon yung value natin yan sa flow rate or vehicle per hour? Number of vehicle per hour passing that particular lane, which is 2-lane, 2-way currently. So, flow rate is basically the total number of vehicles counted divided by the time counted. So, 15 minutes, gawin natin per hour. So, 15 over 500 over 15 over 60. That is 2,000 vehicles per hour. At 6:15 to 6:30, that is 2,180 vehicles per hour. At 6:30 to 6:45, that is 2,460 vehicles per hour. Total vehicle identified within an hour is 2,360 vehicles. The flow rate within an hour was identified at peak niya is at 2,800 vehicle. So, at 6:45 to 7 a.m., eto ngayon yung time kung saan marami yung ating sasakyan. Maximum vehicle counted within an hour is 2,360. Maximum time at which vehicle passes through that lane is at 2,800 vehicle per hour. For us to compute, this is just a side computation. For us to compute the peak hour factor of a particular lane, currently, that is basically the total volume within an hour counted divided by 4 times the volume on peak hour. So, actual total number of vehicles, 2,360 divided by 4 times 2,400 gives us 0.21 or 21%. The peak hour factor on the current lane is 2-lane, 2-way. Pero on given sa ating problem is 10%, no? Yan na yung muna sa ating susundin. Pero based on initial count, meron tayong 21%. This is just an example, minor example. Now, continue. Kailan daw natin kailangan ng expansion for a 4-lane 2-way? At present, we have a 2-lane 2-way, which is minimum capacity of 2,400 passenger car unit per day. Ito yung actual capacity niya. Currently, 2-way, 2-lane, 2,400. So, actual volume capacity ratio was identified currently of 0.75. Okay? 0.75. Capacity ng current lane natin, 2-lane, 2-way, is 2,400. Okay? PCU per day. Remember, DHV considers lanes between 2, 3, and 4. Ayan yun. 2, 3, and 2-way. Diba? 2-lane, 3-lane, and 2-way. Then, DHV is now AADT times K. So K natin is also PHF. AADT, ano yung average annual daily traffic natin at present? Two-lane, two-way. So at present, 2,400 ang capacity, PCU per day, volume capacity ratio of 0.75. Then factor K or PHFK is given as 10%. So at present, the average annual daily traffic is 18,000 passenger car unit per day. Ito ngayon yung service natin. Ito na ngayon sino-service nating sasakyan. Okay? Sa future, ang assume natin usually is at 90% para ma-maximize natin yan, yung change. No? Assume volume capacity ratio for future at 90%. So, for 4-lane two-way, for 4-lane two-way, ilan ngayon yung AADT natin? So, more than 2,400 na dapat yung capacity natin ha. Tapos, meron na tayong PHF, meron na rin tayong distribution factor. So, based on this table, 6.5 basic capacity for multi-lane highway. That is 4-lane two-way. That is 2-lane. So, ilan pa kailangan natin? Another 2. So, 1,800 times 2. Assume velocity ratio, volume capacity ratio at 0.90. So, multi-lane tayo. So, gagamitin natin si DDHV, AADT times K times D. Okay? So, 0.9, AADT in the future, 0.10 yung ating peak hour factor, then 0.60 si directional. 4-lane, kaya 1,800 times 2. Okay? Then we can identify the future average annual daily traffic required. Ito ngayon yung susuplayan natin. 49,846.153 passenger car unit per day. So, present, future, such that meron tayong growth rate na 1%. Remember your economics. Future cost with present cost. Anong formula natin with future cost and present cost? Present AADT 18,000. Future AADT is 49,846.153. Economics, future, and present. Growth rate per annum. So, future AADT na kailangan nating supplyan is 49,846.154. Present is 18,000. At a growth rate of 1%, kailan daw tayo magdadagdag ng kalsada which is now a 4-lane two-way? So, currently, we have 2-lane two-way. After 103 years, using this formula, we will then have to increase or provide roadway expansion of 4-lane two-way. So, tagal no? After 100 years, eto na yung change. Eto na ngayon yung expansion na kailangan natin. Okay? But how about for a 6-lane two-way? At present, remember, we have computed an 18,000 PCU per day. For the future, assume natin ulit si volume capacity ratio na 0.90. 6-lane two-way, refer tayo ulit sa multi-lane table 6.5b. 6-lane two-way, 2-lane, 3-lane, 4-lane. 2 times 3 is 6 lane. So, dito tayo na column. Okay? So, 1,750 times 3 or we have a 6 lane. So, DDHV, multi-lane ang pinag-uusapan. So, DDHV is equal to AADT times K times D. So, parehas lang naman yan. 0.90 as assumed, AADT for the future requirement or level of service requirement for 6-lane two-way. 0.10, 0.65, 1,750 times 3 kasi 6 lane gives us a future AADT count of 72,692.308 PCU per day. Gaano naman katagal ngayon bago natin i-increase yung ating highway into a 6 lane. So, ngayon, kailangan na daw natin ng 6 lane. Present or currently, we have 18,000 PCU per day, supplying 2-lane two-way. or accommodated by two-lane two-way highway. In the future, in the future, kailan daw natin kakailanganin ng 6-lane two-way that will supply 72,692.308 PCU per day. Using future and present cost computation, that is, at a growth rate of 1%, we can have N, or the years at which we will then be needing to expand our highway into a 6-lane two-way design. So if it is now a 6-lane two-way that will accommodate 72,692.308 PCU per day, kailan daw natin kailangan? After 141 years. No? Napaka-unrealistic ng 141 years. Pero most likely, ganyan po yung ating magiging computation. Then, some other factors may be considered later on for tawag na dito, conservative design factors when it comes to weather, economy, GDP, budget, and so forth and so long. Okay? Then, another example will be on the design requirements of highway.